At the beginning of this, there was a lot of stress, but then slowly you start realizing that number one, you're not in this alone, and number two, a lot of this is out of your control. And what you can't control, sometimes you find an odd comfort in just letting go of what you can't control and just really working on the things you can control. I'm Andy Marshall. I'm the founder and owner of A. Marshall Hospitality that operates Puckett's Groceries, Hattie Jane's Creamery, Scout's Pub, Americana Tap House, and Deacon's New South. We've been in Columbia about 8 years now. I grew up in the grocery business. Age 35, I sold my grocery stores and wanted to do something different, and restaurants was calling my name, and I just kind of figured out cooking was a passion and serving people was a passion, so I combined the two. Well, the first part of experiencing a global pandemic is you really don't know what to expect. There's so much unknown when this all first started, and that creates some anxieties for not only business owners but just the citizens in general of not knowing what the effect's going to be. And we went from getting information to understanding that this is much more serious than maybe we thought it was on the beginning, and then suddenly we're shutting our doors. So it was pretty scary on the front end from the standpoint of not really knowing what's next and how long this was going to last. Practically, when this all started, our first thought was, okay, we got to protect our business and understand that we really don't know how long this is going to last. So we took the approach of trying to preserve cash, calling our landlords, calling our banks, talking to all our major vendors and saying, hey, we need to kick the can down the road. Can we get extension on our payments in order for us to preserve cash until we figure this all out together? And amazingly, everybody was really responsive. Everybody understood that we're in this together. So we started working from that direction. And then as sales started plummeting, when they started talking about, okay, you're only going to be able to do takeout and curbside, and when that's not a big major part of your business, then we knew that we were going to have to take some additional steps. And so unfortunately we had to lay off some folks temporarily as we figured this out. And then gladly we came around to getting hiring back, getting back to business, and things really have started to lift our spirits. We were allowed to open back up our dining rooms at 50% capacity, exercising social distancing, wearing masks and gloves and all these sort of things that take an extra abundance of caution, and sanitation stations and extra cleaning and all these sort of things. So opening up at 50% capacity, all it meant was it was a start. We can't make money at 50% capacity, but we could hire some of our employees back, get them back to work, and we could start the healing process. So that's kind of where we're at now. We're in the middle of that. So we immediately started thinking about things that we could control. Even though we were having to lay off associates, we started an employee fund to help our associates that were laid off. We instituted meals for them where they could come and eat. We started opening up those meals to the community, to anybody that needed a meal and wanted a meal. We opened up one of our restaurants as solely a community pantry where people could come get a meal if they needed one. And so that kind of took the focus off of us and put it back on the community, put it back on our associates, and it kind of lifted our spirits through that. Because really the lowest point in all this is when we were calling the associates, letting them know that temporarily we're going to have to lay them off. And when they wanted to know how long that would be, we couldn't give them an answer at that time. And that was really stressful. So we tried to flip the table and see what we could do well for the community and our associates through this, and that kind of carried us through the toughest part of it. kind of where we're at now and moving forward, it's about building customer confidence. Our employees have been excited to come back. We've seen some of our regular customers now, and that's lifted their spirits, getting to serve the folks that they love and see often. But there is a segment of society out there that still is concerned and still not getting out, still using our curbside and our takeout, which is fine. And right now, in order for all of us to move forward, we've got to build their confidence back. It's going to come in the form of a vaccine, some sort of cure to this, virus. But there's going to be some more good news coming that will help that other part of our society that is still very concerned, and rightfully so. On a personal level, when I think about what we've been through, I think, and I've told this to my associates also, that if we haven't learned anything through this, then we've missed the message, whatever that message is. For some of us, it is, spending more time with our family. The time that we had to stay home and we got back to, playing home games and having family meals together and those sort of things. A lot of people may look at that as lost opportunity that they've refound. And I can say from my standpoint, spending more time at home with my family has been a blessing. From a business standpoint, I've told our associates, if we hadn't come out of this and gotten better as a company, then we've missed the message. So there's lessons in it from the standpoint of you can be clean or you can go above and beyond and be exceptionally clean. You can be grateful for people that come in the door, or you can really be grateful and love on the people coming through the door. And so I think that's the message that we're talking about within our company is we need to know how fragile our business really is and how it could be taken away from us, and how grateful we should be for every single person that walks through our door and how glad we are to serve them. We're taking extra precaution measures for our associates to be healthy as well as our customers. We're not just focusing one or the other. Both are important to us. That we're taking measures that our employees feel safe about coming back to work, as well as our customers feel safe to come back to the environment. On a bigger scope, it's just how much we know the reasons that we're in this business. We're in this business to serve. And our business is built around seeing customers and serving customers. And we've never appreciated it more than we do right now.